Please remember to like, subscribe, and never forget to ring that bell.
Seconds away from showtime. I love this part.
We're back! Amazing costumes, amazing performances, amazing reveals.
Everything is bigger. The audience, the talent, the voice.
It's crazy!
What is up, everyone? I'm Chris Knight, and you are watching the Real Review 3000 here with another episode of Unmasking the Masked Singer. Yes, episode 4 is in the books. DC Superhero Night. Limited usage of the DC term. I wonder if they had to pay for copyright every time they said it or something like that. They did have the Shazam people on. I'm really just not sure because I didn't hear DC very much, but that was what they called it. And then they just kept on saying Superhero Night. So we'll just stick with Superhero Night. That's what we're going to call this one. 3 new contestants. Another Ding Dong Keep It On bell was rang last week. And that answers our question. We were kind of speculating early on before the season if there would be more than one of the Ding Dong Keep It On rings, and now we've got 2. So the way I understand this is those 2 people, at least those 2 people, will go forward and then compete against each other, and I believe they'll do that before the semifinals. And by doing that, then it'll go on to the semifinals, and that person will move on to the semifinals, which leads me to believe there will be one more ring. They only have 3 they can ring. They ring it twice. I think they'll wait till the next one. Again, I believe a lot of this is pre-planned, set up. I've mentioned it multiple times, and even with this new format, it seems even more apparent that that's what it is. A lot of people coming on that probably said, I can't give you, multiple performances. I can come on and I can do one. Dick Van Dyke, I think, would be that type of person. Howie Mandel, that type of person. Michael Bolton, that type of person. I think that they're like, I can come on, one and done. Let me come in and that's it. Just make sure I get voted off. And so I still think this is all pre-planned, pre-set up. Not that it's a bad show. It's just I really don't buy into this competition until we get to near the end. And then I believe maybe there's some element of competition in it. But with that said, let's go over the 3 new singers that we had this week. We had Gargoyle, Wolf, and Squirrel. Gargoyle saying One Call Away by Charlie Puth. Says he looks like an athlete. Mentions sideline several times. Says he became the guy they passed on to the guy they passed to. You see in the clue package, I love LA. And then hot sauce is in there. I think this is Keenan Allen for several reasons. First off, he is an athlete, so it looks like an athlete because he is an athlete. Sidelines, he plays football for the LA Chargers, hence the I love LA. They used to be the San Diego Chargers. I've been a Kansas City Chiefs fan my whole life. They have been a rival of the Kansas City Chiefs my whole life, and they've been in San Diego for many years until a few years ago when they transferred back up to LA. I think they were in LA for a little bit when they first started. But they're back there now. So that's the I love LA. Then he says they became the guy that he became the guy they passed on to the guy they passed to. He's a great wide receiver. I think a lot of people did kind of sleep on him, and then the Chargers got him. And man, he's a scary guy on the field. He's really good at what he does. I think that's what that's referencing that because he's a receiver. Now the hot sauce is interesting because it kind of leads into my next part. If you go online and you type in Keenan Allen singing, you're going to see one of those videos comes up is a hot sauce challenge, and he actually sings on it. It's like something that the LA Chargers did, and then they had them 2 players answer questions, and at some point he sings during that video. So I find it interesting the hot sauce was on there. It points really, really directly to him. But listen to the way he sounds in that video or in other videos, and it sounds just like the Gargoyle singing. So I just have no doubts in my mind that this is Keenan Allen. And I've seen on the internet that a lot of other people believe it's Keenan Allen. So I think it's Keenan Allen. Now, Wolf, we know it was Michael Bolton. He's saying break on through the other side, or break on through by the doors. Break on through the other side. Too much. Anyway. Now he mentions artist seduction is a superpower. He's written many love ballads. And then he does say, he's responsible for more than one baby out there. Yeah, I mean, let's just be honest. It's that type of music, baby making music. So, yes, of course. That was for sure. He says he has a few Grammys. He does. I don't know how many. I think it's like 9 or 10. He's won a lot. He mentions movies. He says, I'll pop on my movie or something like that. And now he's been on multiple soundtracks. Multiple. I think he's done some voice for some animated movies. I'm not sure if he's actually been in movies. But I know he's been on multiple TV shows, including Saturday Night Live, which brings us to the Lady Gaga, the Adam Sandberg, and Jay-Z. He also mentions Justin Timberlake. It's because of the Lonely Island stuff that he's done on Saturday Night Live. So that all really kind of pointed right to him anyways. I know a lot of people took to Twitter and Instagram and a lot of other places wondering what's wrong, because he does look like he's dealing with something, limited mobility, something like that. And I don't think he's ever come out and said that he's dealing with anything. And he did answer and say, or his camp answered and said, no, he's fine, everything's fine. But with his more reclusive ways now, he does perform a lot. But I mean, like, just public eye, it's like, I'm not sure if he is dealing with something. And I certainly don't want to perpetuate the myth that he is if he says he isn't. So it just seems like he has a lot of lacking mobility. He didn't move at all. I don't know, but man, he's got a great voice. So I think if he had moved around and been a little more energetic, maybe he would have passed on. But like I said, I think this is one of those cases. He said, "Oh, come on, I just need to be off by in the first episode." So that's why I think that happened. Now, Squirrel advanced to this week, to tonight. Squirrel saying "Try" by Pink, mentions figure skating, mentions Hollywood, bombshells, modeling, says she's made out with Tom Cruise, meatballs are shown in there, and it's superhero night. So how does that all translate into somebody? Malin Ackerman. That's who I think this is. She has a figure skating past. She has a history with it. She acts. She's in TV. She's been in movies. She's done all sorts of stuff in Hollywood. So the Hollywood thing right there. A bombshell. She's a blonde bombshell. So that kind of works there. She has done lots of modeling. And she made out with Tom Cruise. Well, she was in Rock of Ages. Tom Cruise is in that. Meatballs are shown. She's from Sweden. She was born in Sweden. She has dual citizenship, I believe. Yeah. And then she was also in the series The Watchmen. I'm sorry, I don't want to say The Watchmen. It was Watchmen on HBO, I believe. And which is a superhero series. So right there, it all works out really well for her too. I really think that's who it is. And if you go watch some of the things you can find of her singing and stuff, it does sound like her. I really do think this is her. So yeah, that's what I think. Let me know down in the comments what you think. If you believe that those are the right people, if you think it's somebody else, let me know. So far, round one champ is California Roll. The Ding Dong Saves is Medusa, who we think is Bishop Briggs, and Gargoyle, who we think is Keenan Allen. And then tonight's theme is Sesame Street night. Now, like I said, I love the Muppets, and I was raised on Sesame Street, so this will be kind of a fun thing for me to watch. It might be a little kiddie, but I still think that it's cool that they're doing these things, and I look forward to tonight. Now, tonight, I believe the people performing will be Fairy, Jackalope, and Squirrel. So those are the three that will be performing. Now, our guesses so far were Medusa, Bishop Briggs, California Roll, Pentatonics, and Gargoyle, Keenan Allen. Those are the three guesses we have out there, so we're still waiting to get those answers. But voted off, and the ones we didn't guess because they were first performances, are Gnome, who was Dick Van Dyke, Mustang, who was Sarah Evans, Rock Lobster, who was Howie Mandel, Night Owl, Debbie Gibson, Polar Bear, Grandmaster Flash, and now Wolf, who was Michael Bolton. So with all that stuff tonight, watch the show. Let me know what you think. When you hear squirrels sing again, let me know with the new clues what you think, if you think it is Malin Ackerman. And yeah, let me know all the other stuff you think about the show, the format, the costume. Just let me know what you're thinking right now down in the comments below. Thank you, everybody. Make sure to smash that like button and share out this video. I really appreciate all you guys watching. And remember, I am Chris Knight. This is The Real Review 3000. I am officially out of here.
Please remember to like, subscribe, and never forget to ring that bell. Follow Chris Knight and The Real Review 3000 on these platforms. For email and Patreon, see the description box below. To reach the Ego, use the Twitter handle @theego5150. We would like to thank the generous members of The Real Review 3000. Those members are JJ, aka SithLord3827, Anzo of Biggerford Entertainment, Yvette, Sean Stackhouse, Captain Trek, Jesse Ritchie, and Abraham Morales. Thank you for your support and donations that help us at The Real Review 3000 bring you, the viewer, better content. For information on how to become a member, click the join button below.